numbers. Our residents are always very responsible. We were in a drought 2 years ago. We had water conservation measures in place. Most of us didn't change what we did as soon as those measures got lifted. We planned for the long term. We live next door to Andrew Backus, who's contesting Radiance's permits. We're all in this together. We understand. Because we're conservative, because Radiance is conservative, we've been able to keep our use numbers down. Obviously, my grass is dead in my front yard, has been for 3 years, and will be forever because I'm not ever going to replant it. Neighborhoods like Radiance and like us, we are voluntarily implementing conservation measures. We've just put in a new rate structure, a tiered rate structure that would encourage conservation by high users. Most of the folks in our neighborhood use very little water. We've gone through a large engineering study. We're systematically going through and upgrading and improving our system. We have an extremely low rate of water loss out of our system. Most months it might be 3 to 5%, which is not very much water when you look at some of the other water supply systems in around the state. We're doing a good job. We had low numbers last year. I realize that nobody's questioning our permitted capacity. We're not asking for an increase. I just wanted to more or less say we appreciate the board. We understand your concerns because I know a lot of you folks live down around the Wembley area and y'all don't see us all the time. We understand. We're working on it. The people in our neighborhoods, in the neighborhoods we live in, work on this every day. We live it every single day. We came, well, a lot of the folks were here a long time ago. Some of us moved here. We plan to stay here forever, and it's in our interest as well to make sure that there's water there for us. So, thank you. We look forward to hearing from you about our permit sooner rather than later. And good evening.
Has Andrew Backus contested this permit?
No, Andrew did not contest this permit. Anybody else like to speak on this item? Anybody would like to contest this besides Mr. McMeans? All right, Mark, go ahead and present why they think they need the same amount of water and they want a 3-year versus a 1-year. I guess, I don't know. Anybody from Radiance, from Goldenwood? That's,
well, Jimmy,
you want to speak anymore? I'll give you all the time you need if you need to say anything else.
I think we're fine.
I attended a board meeting a while back. I was very impressed with the volunteers.
You went to the board meeting?
I went to the board meeting, yes. I've been to several different water supplies. I don't do this willy-nilly like people say. I actually go and listen and learn. And the PGMS that runs the system does an excellent job. You know, I really object to people that maybe moved here from Tarrant County in 2002, or people that want a water feature for their hotel, objecting to people's real lives. They have to sit here and use water to survive day in, day out. A 3-year permit doesn't make one rip. These numbers were figured into our MAG estimates. This 60 acre-feet is here. It's been used. It's already accounted for. I remember at the meeting, they talked about how low did y'all's well get? Was it 15 or 20 feet off the wellhead during the last
I think 15 feet.
And I remember I said at that point, well, you guys are scared, weren't you? They're the ones with the issues, not us. We're like little generals up here pushing paper around. They got to deal with it in the field. The least we can do is make their life easier. And if people want to protest it, I'm sure everything we do, we protest it now, and that's fine. We will fight all the way.
Any other comments up here?
I think your numbers look good. I won't support the 3-year, not for anything else, but then the discussion about not having the MAG and not having the water budget. I don't see a problem in future years that people might be able to have 3-year permits, but I believe as a board in these times and these conditions, we should be prudent and you know, if it's just a matter of a little bit of paperwork on both sides, I think that's a reasonable request. I don't think there's anything wrong with your application or your request. And the 3-year is not about you, from my perspective.
I understand. Thank you.
Well, I'd like to say
I think that we should, you know, try to plan out, you know, more than 1 year at a time, more than 3 years at a time. Where are we going to be in 20 years? I mean, are we going to change everything just year by year? Well, it's not raining today. Someone said something about day to day. I mean, if we can make a plan, a long-range plan, these people that have lived out here for 10 or 15 years, like we said, we know it, we live it, we've got dead yards. I mean.
You've seen it flood and you've seen it drought.
Exactly. And it's gonna rain again, it's gonna drought again.
It's gonna flood.
1 year, 3 years.
It's in between floods right
It's, it just seems like it makes a lot better sense to try to plan it out a little further. And this MAG, I'm not completely sure
The
about.
MAG numbers are out. I know everybody keeps saying it's
Exactly what
not,
it is.
but as far as I understood, the numbers are out.
3,000 additional electric fee on top of this. This has already been permanent. This was
Right.
figured
This
in.
is, the MAG's out. Now, the MAG has been protested, but the MAG's out. The numbers are there, and that's the numbers that we're working on. As far as
Will we
I-
ever know exactly how much water's down there? No,
Correct.
I don't think so.
You won't.
I asked,
Wait,
I want to make
go
a
ahead.
comment. You know, I don't see why a one-year permit would keep you from making a 5-10-year plan. You can make a plan. I've never seen anybody, I haven't seen a 3-year plan. I have not seen a 10-year plan or a 5-year plan. You can go ahead and make your plan and let us, know about it. Hey, this is what we project our population to be here, and we're going to need this much water. I just don't see why it makes any difference in a 3-year or a 1-year permit would make that much difference. You've got to make a plan anyway.
Right, and that's my point. I don't see why it would make a difference.
Doesn't.
Why would it make a difference?
Right.
Why would we care?
3-year, 1-year, 5-year.
Why does it make it? It's not, are we gonna save any more water by giving a 1-year permit? Not a drop. Not a drop.
I quite agree with you, Jimmy Skipton,
Good.
except that I think that every year we should review these until things kind of even out.
We don't review them now. If it's just a, do we rubber stamp them, don't we? Do we review them? They're the same, we just stamp them. We don't see them, do we? Have you rubber stamped any this month? How about last month? Yeah.
I asked our district geologist at one point, we were talking about effect on Jacob's Well. And Al was pretty, I don't know if the words are all in it, but he was pretty clear to me. I think, Jimmy, you were in that conversation. What happened in Dripping does not affect Jacob's Well. I mean, no one protested the 62 acre feet for Barton Springs, which is the same aquifer. That doesn't matter, it's just this board that gets under your skin. So if we gotta do the contested case, let's make a motion to do this one too.
All right, anybody else want any other questions?
I don't have a question. So what you're gonna do is in 2 weeks, you're gonna figure out whether Mr. McMains has standing.
Has standing,
to
correct.
object to our permit?
Correct,
And that's, in other words, if he's directly affected.
correct. If he's directly affected by you, or he can show us he's directly affected, and he gets standing, then y'all two will go to your organization and himself will go to a contested case hearing. Or you can cut a deal in the parking lot, and you don't have to.
With who?
With Mr.
Mr.
McMeans
McMeans.
getting moved. So,
He can be, y'all can cut
So
whatever.
we don't need y'all, we're dealing with him?
No, we're the ones that are gonna,
No, they can.
Yeah, wait,
Right.
y'all are going to have a preliminary hearing next
Correct.
week correct, to establish.
It looks like it'll be next week, yes.
Because our permit, and I believe Mr. Hughes, I'm sorry, it's not Roger's personal permit, expire on June 30th, if
Correct.
I'm not mistaken.
Correct. I'm going to do my best to have a meeting
Before that.
before that.
Okay.
it's not, you've done your part, it's not your fault if it doesn't. I mean, it's, you
And
But-
so between now and that preliminary hearing, and we can have a chat with Mr. McMeans, and if we, let me rephrase that. If we choose to, in the next week, submit an amended permit application and change the term of the permit on our application, we can do that.
You could do that, but
Change
someone
it to
else could
1 year.
contest it.
Yeah. I
Right.
understand.
Right
I
now,
understand. I just want to, procedurally, my only question is,
or it goes to contested, he gets standing, whoever gets standing, I get standing against you,
right,
it can stop the next hour. You could then cut it, whatever y'all want to do, you could come back in and go, there is no more contested because I've agreed.
I just, okay.
Whatever.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure I.
Procedurally, I believe you can do that, then come back to us, then we have to approve it still. We may not approve it.
David, how long ago had the permit at 60 acre feet?
Ever since y'all started the groundwater district.
Okay, So you've had that permit, it's been steady ever since, so
Yeah, it's never changed.
I would think you're okay.
Well, again, I think if they're.
I think what Polly's saying is that if we agreed to go to a one-year permit and possibly Mr. McMeans would withdraw his objection. But we aren't authorized to do that.
Right, we can't do that without a
We're
meeting of our
we're not
board.
going to do that.
Without a quorum of our board, even if we wanted to, so. I just wanted to understand procedurally,
Yes.
so.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
thank
hopefully
you.
next week we'll schedule a
All right.
time. You can come, make the argument why you should, shouldn't, or whatever you want to do, or not come, I don't. You can hire a lawyer, you can do whatever you want to do to see if he has good. I make, what was it we made last time, the motion to take it to a hearing, preliminary hearing? I make a motion
I know.
to move Goldenwood West to a preliminary hearing within the next 2 weeks.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
You wanna just do that with number 8 too? Nothing changed.
No. The people that want to speak on it and do. All right, hearing item number 8, a renewal application for La Ventana. Permit allows 78 feet per year, 2010 pump, 56 acre feet, 131 connections, 383 gallons per day per household, requesting a 3-year permit. We have Dorothy Knight. Jim McMeans.
Members of the board, same argument. 3-year permits are inappropriate at this stage because we have a water budget and you look at the whole big picture throughout western Hayes County and you have an approved and authorized MAG, which you do not have at this point. So I'm asking for a contested case.
All right, Roberta Shoemaker Beal,
I would be saying the same thing Mr. McMean said.
you want to contest it?
Yes.
You did not contest 7.
And if they want to look at a 1-year permit, I would withdraw my contest.
You can't withdraw to me. You withdraw to the contested case.
I'm just making that clear what my
You missed
position
7,
is.
but you did 1 8. You're contesting
Yep.
6 and 8.
Yep.
I'm not sure about
Yeah.
7 again.
Right, 7's done, I'm sorry, we only have 1 person to deal with.
She just likes you.
Linda K. Rogers, would you like to contest?
No, maybe just comment.
Please do.
Unlike Radiance and Goldenwood, who are being pretty good stewards, well, Radiance being excellent stewards of their water, La Ventana is over the typical household. And so I am particularly not in favor of them getting a 3-year permit until they prove they can be better conservationists and better utilize their water. They've got a whole lot of room for growth out there still. And if they continue usage at this level with a 3-year permit, then they are going to affect all of their neighbors. And that is going to be a problem. So in this particular one, I am adamantly opposed to a 3-year permit so they can show that they can be better stewards and prove to this board that they can make that effort and then come back and apply for a 3-year permit. At this point in time, I don't see them justified in any way whatsoever to just go along with the others for the ride.
I agree with you.
Thank you.
I know very often I don't, but I do on that one.
Wow.
Anybody else like to speak on this one? Bill, I have Bill, but I'm trying to see anybody else? I thought I had Bill somewhere, I don't know. Bill Davis, yes, Bill. Now, Bill sent us the letter too. Do we have any other letters on this one, or just from Bill? Well, we have McMeans' letter who contested it. Bill, are you contesting?
I'd like to make a point, because maybe I can get clarification of a procedural issue. I'm hopeful after this discussion to sort of table that a little bit, if that's possible. I don't know if the board can do that. If the board can't do that, then I would like to participate in that process. I certainly don't want Mr. McMeans to be the sole person in there since he has absolutely nothing to do with the area. I'd like to talk about the reason I wrote the letter. I support 3-year permits, I do. I don't oppose those in any way, and I'll stick up for the proper permitting to get it on this, and I certainly support it with all the water supply companies. The only issue I have on the La Montana case, actually,